Are aliens real? Or are we the only intelligent species in the vast darkness of the universe? For centuries, humanity has looked up at the night sky searching for an answer. And now, with governments releasing secrets and scientists scanning the cosmos, that question feels closer to the truth than ever before.
Are aliens real?
They're real, but I haven't seen them, and they're not being kept in...
Well, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that.
When Barack Obama spoke during a podcast interview about unidentified aerial phenomena, he didn't confirm alien visitors, not explicitly, but he acknowledged something far more unsettling.
There's this enormous conspiracy, and they hid it from the President of the United States.
That there are objects in our skies whose movements and characteristics remain unexplained, even to the most sophisticated military sensors on Earth. For decades, presidents avoided even the hint of such language.
On unidentified flying objects. Are they real?
Personally, I tend to doubt it. We have had people saying
now,
that
the door was open, just slightly, and curiosity rushed in. Then came the escalation. Months later, amid a swirl of political tension and renewed public fascination with the unknown, Donald Trump signaled that more classified material on unidentified aerial phenomena could be released. The promise was vague, the timeline uncertain, but the implication was powerful. If governments hold secrets about what pilots have seen, the public might soon know more than ever before.
We have an extraordinary series of stories. President after president after president seeing a UFO.
Between Obama's measured acknowledgement and Trump's promise of disclosure, a narrative that once lived only in conspiracy forums suddenly felt uncomfortably close to mainstream reality. But to understand why these moments resonated so strongly, you have to step back, far beyond the political cycle, beyond even the Cold War, back to the moment humanity first tried to speak into the cosmic silence. In 1977, two machines left Earth carrying not weapons, not flags, but a message. The twin spacecraft of NASA, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2, were designed to explore the outer planets, but they also carried something far more symbolic: golden records, engraved with sounds, images, and greetings from Earth. The logic was simple, yet profound. If intelligent life exists somewhere among the hundreds of billions of stars in the Milky Way, then one day, perhaps millions of years from now, these probes might be discovered. And if they were, the finders would hear laughter, music, heartbeats, and the hum of our planet. It was both an act of scientific optimism and a quiet admission.
The Air Force has recently made public an archive of UFO reports and investigations.
We do not know if we are alone. As Voyager 1 pushed past the heliosphere into interstellar space, becoming the most distant human-made object ever created, it carried with it a paradox. Humanity was technologically advanced enough to send a message across the galaxy, yet still uncertain whether anyone would ever read it. That paradox sits at the heart of the UFO question today, because the modern debate is not really about little green men or flying saucers. It's about evidence, perception, and the limits of what we understand. Throughout the 20th century, reports accumulated. Pilots described craft accelerating beyond known aerodynamic limits. Radar operators tracked objects that appeared, vanished, and reappeared miles away in seconds. Governments investigated quietly, often concluding that most sightings had conventional explanations: weather balloons, instrument errors, experimental aircraft. But not all of them. A small percentage remained unresolved, filed away under a label that was both honest and unsettling: unknown. The psychology of these sightings is as important as the physics. Humans are pattern-seeking creatures. We look at lights in the sky and instinctively try to interpret them. Aircraft, satellites, stars. When something defies those categories, the mind fills the gap with possibilities, from secret technology to extraterrestrial intelligence. The history of UFOs is therefore not just a chronicle of sightings. It is a mirror reflecting our fears, hopes, and the technological eras we pass through. In the 1950s, sightings often resembled the sleek discs of the jet age. In the digital era, they are captured on infrared cameras and fighter jet targeting
Strange
systems.
flying discs have been whizzing at 1,200 miles an hour over the western United States.
Yet the recent shift in tone from governments has changed the conversation. For decades, officials dismissed UFO reports outright, partly to avoid panic and partly to protect classified technology programs. Now the language is different. The term UFO itself has largely been replaced by UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena, a subtle but significant reframing that removes cultural baggage and emphasises observation over speculation. When military footage is released showing objects with no visible propulsion and flight patterns that challenge conventional explanations, the question becomes less about belief and more about data. Still, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and so far no publicly available proof confirms extraterrestrial origin. What exists instead is a growing body of anomalies, credible witnesses, sensor data, and official acknowledgement that some phenomena remain unexplained.
We can date it earlier than that. This is not a new phenomenon.
This is where science enters, not as a debunker of curiosity, but as its guide. Astrophysics tells us that the ingredients for life are common. Organic molecules exist in interstellar clouds. Planets orbit most stars. Liquid water appears in surprising places, from Mars past to the subsurface oceans of icy moons. Statistically, it would be astonishing if life had emerged only once in the universe. But intelligence, technological, communicative intelligence, is another question entirely. The distances between stars are so vast that even travelling at the speed of our fastest spacecraft, reaching the nearest star would take tens of thousands of years. Any civilization capable of visiting Earth would need technologies far beyond our current understanding, perhaps manipulating space-time itself. That possibility sits at the edge of theoretical physics, where speculation meets mathematics and certainty fades into probability. And yet, the cultural impact of the UFO question may be more profound than any physical discovery, because the idea that we might not be alone reshapes how we see ourselves. National borders feel smaller when placed against a cosmic backdrop. Political rivalries seem temporary compared to the lifespan of a star. This is why moments like Obama's acknowledgement or Trump's promise of disclosure resonate so deeply. They hint at a shift from secrecy to shared curiosity, from ridicule to investigation. There is also the question of why, if extraterrestrial intelligence exists, contact has not been obvious. Known as the Fermi paradox, it asks, with so many stars and planets, where is everyone? Possible answers range from the hopeful, that intelligent civilizations are rare but peaceful, to the sobering, that technological societies may not last long enough to spread across the galaxy. Another possibility is that contact has occurred only indirectly, through signals or artifacts we have yet to recognize. Meanwhile, the search continues in quieter ways. Radio telescopes scan the sky for artificial signals. Planet hunting missions identify worlds in habitable zones. Laboratories simulate the chemistry that might spark life elsewhere. The effort is global, collaborative, and methodical. A reminder that the quest to understand our place in the universe is one of humanity's most unifying endeavours. So when political leaders speak about unidentified phenomena, they are tapping into a narrative far older than any administration. A narrative that stretches from ancient sky watchers to modern astrophysicists. The difference today is the convergence of technology, transparency, and public interest. High-resolution sensors capture what once would have been dismissed. Information spreads instantly. And the stigma that once silenced pilots and scientists is slowly fading. Perhaps the truth, when it finally emerges, will be less dramatic than science fiction imagines. A new atmospheric phenomenon, a breakthrough in physics, or advanced human technology revealed after years of secrecy. Or perhaps it will be more profound than any fiction, forcing us to rewrite the story of life itself. For now, we exist in the space between certainty and wonder, where evidence is incomplete, but curiosity is relentless. And somewhere, far beyond the reach of our most powerful telescopes, two silent ambassadors drift through the darkness carrying the sounds of Earth, wind, waves, music, voices. A reminder that long before we knew who might be listening, we chose to speak.